Hi, it's Tuesday, 28th of February 2017. Welcome to our 5-minute tax update. The main aim of our tax updates is to brief you on the most important developments in the Cyprus tax legislation. So let's start. We will start by looking at some developments in the local tax legislation. On the 27th of January 2017, the House of Representatives voted the long-awaited law on regulating the settlement of overdue taxes. The law was published in the Gazette on the 3rd of February 2017 and will come into effect on the date the relevant regulations are issued by the Commissioner of Taxes. Although no official date has been announced as to when these regulations will be issued, our understanding is that these may be ready within April this year. The new law offers the opportunity for taxpayers to pay overdue tax liabilities through a regulated installment scheme with relief on interest and penalties depending on the number of the installments. The taxes covered by the new law are the income tax law, the special defense contribution, the immovable property tax, the capital gains tax, the special contribution on salaries and pensions, stamp duty, and VAT. The regulations are expected to cover in detail the method of payment, the level of relief on the interest and penalties, and the tax years qualifying for the relief. All applications for relief must be made within 3 months from the date the law comes into effect. For more details, you can review our relevant tax alert and watch this space for more updates as and when the regulations are issued. In accordance with an amendment to the Collection of Taxes Law voted back in 2014, the tax authorities were given powers to collect overdue taxes through the seizure of movable property subject to regulations to be issued. These regulations were published in the Government Gazette on the 17th of February 2017 and provide guidelines with respect to the process to be followed. Let's now briefly look at some of the most important circulars issued in the last few weeks. A new circular was issued on the 9th of January 2017, clarifying that in the case of a loan restructuring involving the direct or indirect transfer of immovable property or shares in part or full settlement of a liability to a financial institution, the restructuring agreement, amending or supplementary loan agreement, and the sale purchase agreement will be subject to just €2 of stamp duty. On the 17th of January 2017, a new circular was issued in connection with the determination of an individual's domicile status. Those individuals claiming non-domicile status must submit, together with the TD38 form, a new questionnaire, TD38QA, if claiming their domicile of origin outside of Cyprus, or the questionnaire TD38B for those claiming a domicile of choice outside Cyprus. The questionnaires must also be submitted even in case where a ruling has already been issued in connection with an individual's domicile status. Finally, on the local tax issues, it's worth mentioning an important announcement which was posted on the Ministry of Finance's website just a few days ago in connection with the country-by-country reporting. In accordance with the Ministry of Finance announcement, a revised decree will be issued. They do not say why, but we understand that some minor corrections and clarifications were required. The announcement goes on to clarify the deadlines for the first notification, the annual notifications, and the ongoing country-by-country filing deadlines. Let's now look at some tax treaty updates. On the 3rd of January 2017, the Iranian president signed a law ratifying the treaty between Cyprus and Iran, which was signed on the 5th of August 2015. Accordingly, and following the ratification by the Cyprus side, the treaty will enter into force on 1 January 2018. We will close off today's tax update with a brief reminder of the deadlines coming up. Today, 28th of February, is the deadline for submitting all objections on assessments issued in December 2016. As a reminder, although the normal deadline for submitting an objection on an assessment is the end of the month that follows the month the assessment was issued, for December and only for December, the law allows an additional month for submitting an objection. 31st of March is the deadline for the electronic submission of the income tax returns for individuals and companies preparing audited financial statements for the tax year 2015. And finally, the 31st of March is also the deadline for the submission of the return and payment of the first installment of the special tax levy by credit institutions for 2017. This concludes our tax update for this month. Thank you for watching.